Crisis averted. The political roller coaster over the debt limit is over, at least for now. The bill to lift the debt ceiling and prevent America from defaulting on its debt hit President Biden's desk today. CBN News Capitol Hill correspondent Matt Galka has our top story, including a breakdown of how the bill made it with just days to spare ahead of Monday's default deadline. Matt?
Jenna, the Senate worked quickly as it was up against that tight deadline and the threat of America running out of money. But in the end, it was a bipartisan push that got the deal through.
On this vote, the yeas are 63, the nays are 36. The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
A bipartisan effort got the deal done. 44 Democrats and 17 Republicans voted yes in the Senate during a session that lasted into Thursday night.
President Biden and his negotiating team have accomplished the least bad outcome we could have hoped for, given how extreme the demands of the House Republican majority were.
The deal suspends the debt ceiling until 2025 and is estimated to cut the deficit by $1.5 trillion over the next decade. It also returns billions of dollars in unused COVID funds and IRS funding to the government. It also adds some work requirements for welfare programs, a provision that angered progressive Democrats.
This debt ceiling agreement will cut programs for some of the most vulnerable people in America.
A majority of Republicans in the Senate voted against it, saying the deal didn't do enough.
I'm disappointed that there's not more victories for American workers. And I will just say again, I think the most important deficit we have is our trade deficit. And until we do something about that, I think we're not putting this economy on a path for true broad-based growth.
This is really dumb. We put ourselves in a position where if we don't pass all the appropriation bills, the cuts negotiated by the House to non-defense are wiped out.
The back-and-forth wrangling between the White House and the House Speaker went on for months leading up to negotiations and the ultimate passage of the bill.
But they have to do their job. They have to pass a clean debt ceiling, debt limit. They have to do that.
But the president waited 97 days, not even to talk to me. He could have spoken to me, said we were wrong on other angles, but he didn't.
In the end, it was a Washington compromise brokered to prevent default.
So it won't be today. The House and the Senate have to do their business, and so we're going to work very quickly with them to get this done, to make sure we can sign it hopefully as soon as tomorrow.
And the president should be signing that with just days to spare before Monday's deadline. Another provision of the bill, the freeze on federal student loan repayments, will officially end. That means borrowers will have to start repaying that money at the end of August.